Hi, thanks for coming. My name is Dasdan. I am the CTO at ZoomInfo. We have about one-fourth of the company in engineering. It's all distributed. So it's a global engineering team in multiple countries. So I'm going to talk about this. The title is "The Data is in the Details: Crafting the Future of Go-to-Market with AI." Not only this is going to be about the power of AI to improve your go-to-market motion, in a way revolutionize that, but also the vital role of data to do that. Of course, data is key for AI, but data, especially in the business-to-business setting for go-to-market motion, is even more important. Let me see if this works. Here's the agenda. We have about 5 sections. The first one is transforming go-to-market with AI. This will also be a short introduction to ZoomInfo. Second, every company, of course, says we have no AI. I'm just going to describe quickly our involvement with that. For many years, we have been around for 17 plus years. How AI was key for us to reach the state that we are in right now. Then last month we released this thing called Copilot. I'm going to describe that, why it's such a great revolution for go-to-market and what you can get out of that. Then if you are not using our products or platform, I'm going to talk about our data offering, data as a service, or we call it DaaS. You can take advantage of that not only for your GTM in the current state, but if you have AI, of course, on top of it, this can actually enhance the AI that you have. Then I'm going to conclude with key takeaways, and we're going to have a question and answering session if you're around. This is the first section. Let me see. Yes. So ZoomInfo is a global leader in data. I've been doing this for 25 years. Been to many small or large companies. ZoomInfo is the only one that when people see me when I travel with ZoomInfo on my jacket or backpack, they actually thank me. It's just amazing that you actually affect people's lives, like sellers' lives, to a level that it is one-to-one interaction. So it's a global leader in go-to-market, of course, platform. We invest a lot in R&D. Of course, we are also a data company that we have been enhancing and improving for the last 17 years. We have been using AI. Of course, AI encompasses lots of things, maybe classical AI, the machine learning that you know, but also the Gen AI advantage that we have. There are amazing developments in that, and we are taking advantage of that. And it's just going to get better, right? We know that the trajectory is just amazing. And whatever we have been doing so far will get definitely far better. So we are serving 35,000 customers, full size, small, as well as huge. Many big names that you probably know are our customers. And we are also integrated with their own go-to-market platform. If you are in a company, I'm assuming everybody works in a company, you got to sell. If you need to sell, you got to work with us to sell better. So that is what we do. As I mentioned, our engineering and R&D spend is a good portion of is significant because of the tech advantages that we get to provide. But also on the data side, not only data science team, data engineering team, people who are doing the platform development, but also lots of analysts and researchers. It's just a full operation. It's not easy actually to reach the state that we have done, and it's a continuous effort to make it even better and better. So a modern go-to-market approach, of course, is a simplified view, right? You have 3 steps. I wish it was this simple. You got to unlock the insights first with the data and the signals and the intent and all that. Then through those insights, hopefully you're going to find a way to engage with your customers, and we provide also engagement platform for that across multiple channels. Either through, again, sales or marketing, right? And this, you can see that these 2 things are also merging more and more. The technology that people are, that customers are using, as well as the techniques that are employed are similar. And the engagement also part of this platform. So it's already unified. Then through the engagement, of course, hopefully you're going to win faster, right? So that's the whole point of this operation. You can automate your customer outreach and simplify your tech stack. You don't have to build many of the components that we have been building for 17 years. And I know that as I talk to customers, I can see the difficulties that they are going through. So as we are exposing more and more our service and capabilities outside, hopefully the integration is going to get far better. Okay, I'll just use the mouse. This is the architecture of the platform. Of course, it's not this simple. We run on GCP and AWS. There's a cloud infrastructure. There's a data platform on top of it. The full data foundation, as I mentioned. There's a platform side. There's engineering side. There's data science on top of that. Then multiple services on top of that platform with respect to search and recommendation and automation and all that. And we have multiple products on top of it, right? Depending on the need that you have. We have a marketing product for finding, acquiring, and winning with actionable account-based marketing. We have a sales product, which is the most well-known that we have. It's probably the leading prospecting solution right now with respect to contact data, company data, intent, and scoop, and all that. And later, when I'm going to describe the Copilot integration or capability on top of it, you're going to see the advantages that it's providing. We have a talent product. The fact that you have data like that, you can actually help companies to even hire, right? Because they can get so much information about the companies as well as candidates in a business setting, of course. We have an operations product, and we have other products, Chorus and all that, so I'm not going to cover those. As I mentioned, if you do not take advantage of these products directly, then you can also use our data as a service, and it's available on these platforms, including Databricks, our good partner. So I'm going to briefly describe our AI journey. I'm just checking the time from time to time just to make sure. This is a very old evolution from Gartner. Some of you may remember. You start with descriptive state and diagnostic, predictive, prescriptive, and hopefully full automation. And as you are moving towards the right, the manual work gets smaller and smaller. I was doing real-time advertising about 15 years ago, right? About hundreds of billions of times a second. You cannot do that without automation, without machine learning. So, and it literally follows this. It's not that you were in descriptive and suddenly you move to the next one. It's just a combination of all of these, right? And we are following, in a way, this evolution to end. With respect to different capabilities, they are at different levels, either internal or external products. Maybe skip that. So this is our journey. So company was founded in 2007. So of course, AI covers so many areas, and one of the areas that we have to do something about is natural language processing. For example, we have this product called Chorus AI. It provides transcription service, right? How we are going to extract insights out of that transcription, who's talking, who's saying, what's the sentiment, what kind of analytics you have, and all that requires natural language processing capabilities. We had to develop lots of models. Of course, there is no single source that you can go get information about the company. I wish there was, and everybody can get a copy and be done with it. You collect this from different sources, and many of the details about the companies or contexts, you have to extract that. You have to predict that using machine learning again, right? With respect to how the hierarchy works, right? Maybe headcount, revenue, and all that. And you are extracting, let's say, this from scoops that you get, the signals that you are getting, or job descriptions and all that. It's just a continuous operation to extract as much as possible. And AI is embedded into all of this. Then, of course, we provide more and more prescriptive recommendations, right? When you do search, instead of just searching based on text matching, we can actually give you scores for everything that you are looking for, right? Whether this is your ideal customer profile, is this the best fit for you, and things like that. All of these in the end look like a number, but they have been created by machine learning models underneath, right? And last year we released. There are lots of internal use of large language models, but we released with Chorus summarization as well as action item extraction. As I mentioned, right, it connects to let's say Zoom, right? 3 hours of discussion, let's say you had with your customer. You're not going to go back and listen to that and somehow, or somebody was not in that meeting. It would be amazing to get a summary out of that, as well as the action items for that. And we released that one using Anthropic underneath. And I've never seen something like that. NPS score increased like, not just like 1%. Huge in terms of absolute value. People just love it, how much time saving this provides. And this is just one of the use cases that we released. And as I mentioned, this has extended into far more capabilities with Copilot, which I'm going to talk about that. And that uses even more AI as well as Gen AI for multiple models underneath. Okay, so now I will introduce Copilot. Again, all of this is high level, and during Q&A, if you ask questions, we can deep dive into details. This starts with the challenge. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, not only you don't have a single source, data is inconsistent, inaccurate. You get, let's say, same person profile from different places. You have lots of duplication. You got to unify all of that. You got to choose the latest version, most reliable. It could be definitely siloed, right? It's all over the place. It may not be even accessible to you. Is it enough for you to compute your total addressable market data? And not only with respect to these challenges, but it is complex in the sense that if you extract lots of signals, there are just simply too many of them, right? You just have to manage across all of that. And as a result, of course, productivity suffers. So we wanted to simplify that. And Copilot, our product we believe, was doing a good job on that, but it was not to the level that you can actually get a benefit with Copilot. So Copilot actually simplified that even further. And the tagline with that one is make every seller your best seller. When we talked to some of the potential customers, they were saying, you're going to actually now help everybody. Some sellers were just working really hard, and some maybe just slacking off. Now they're going to be as good as the best ones, so you're going to just share all the secrets with them now. If you're not a good seller, probably you're not going to be part of any company, including ours. And I have worked with some amazing sellers, and they have their own secret sauce. They know how to extract stuff, right? How to get data, how to get that insight. They know a source, right? And it's not only yes, they are getting the job done, but it's lots of manual work. And not everybody has those secrets, right? It's just sometimes difficult to learn. So our job is basically to make every seller your best seller by providing these insights across all that data complexity, right? So you're going to get data and signals in one place, recommendations completely tailored for the accounts that you care about, right? On when and how to engage with your next customer, as well as personalization around that, right? So this is a way to illustrate that. So you have your first-party data. Hopefully you can see my laser pointer. This is a very simplified view. It's just huge number of sources and formats and forms and inconsistency across all of these. Now, all of these have to be brought together, right? As I said, if you're a good seller, probably you are extracting some of these. We were automating parts of that through our platform and similar platforms that you have. But Copilot basically takes all this mess and simplifies into a form like that. So let's say the company is this. You literally go to a single place. It tells you exactly in real time what are the signals that you care about, right? Whether you should engage or not. What's the signal that you should be engaging on? What does engagement mean in this case? Let's say you're going to send an email. Of course, using large language model, we can generate an email. We already prompted in a way that it has the right context, so it's not just random email. You can even change that further If you want, you can even edit that, of course, right? And then there's a whole functionality. Let's say you are new to an account, and there's so much discussion and data and call recordings and all that. How are you going to catch up with all of these super fast, right? We actually automate all of these. Literally, across all of that, it's completely summarized for you to come up to speed. Not only overall, but also if you have a meeting, let's say, coming up in an hour, you can come up to speed super, super fast. And with the chat functionality, you can ask additional questions. Of course, using chat and summarizations, these are the earliest successful use cases of large language models. But if you don't have good data, right, what it's going to produce is not going to be good. So not only we have good data behind it, but we create the right context around it. So what you are getting is useful to you. Right. So in a way, basically, if you simplify it through all that complexity on this side, including first-party data, right, you get these signals and actions in one place. And the benefits, the outcomes that you are expecting, you will know which account is in the market, right? Know who's in the buying group, and know what to say, right? It's available on ZoomInfo right now, but we want to go wherever you work. We don't want to force you to go to a single place, so all the integrations with the rest will be coming very soon. So we have been, although we released Copilot last month, we have been working with about 20,000 plus beta customers for multiple months now. And we were observing, of course, what they were doing. And also we did a survey. And this is what they're telling us. They're saying on average, the time saved per week is about 10 hours. And 71% agrees that they can actually find new opportunities. We actually create a slide that it tells you exactly how many opportunities that you had, how many we can actually generate with Copilot, matching with that, and how many actually you missed. There's no way you could have found it without Copilot. It's just a very illustrative, very eye-opening, sometimes almost like 2x. Right? And 65%, they believe that this helps with respect to understanding the right time to engage in the best way possible. And we are not going to start with the current version that we are having. There's a huge, very rich roadmap on top of that, not only on Copilot but on other areas. With respect to more signals, more depth, models are getting far better. Actions are getting improved in a way that we can automate more out of what you are doing as a seller. And this is continuously happening. We release multiple times a day, and the benefit will be coming to you continuously. Okay. Now I'll cover DAS or data as a service and its role together with AI in go-to-market. This is the offering. It's called ZoomInfo Data Cubes. You have company data, contact data, behavior, IP graph, and more will be coming, for example, signals and all that. There are lots of subcategories under each one of these. They are unified on ZoomInfo company ID, and these are some scale numbers. We have about, more than 410 million contact records and more than 110 million company records. And it's also international, US and Europe and other countries. Right? It actually keeps increasing. It also creates challenges for the platform, right? How are you going to store all of these? How are you going to make sure that the system scales correspondingly, right, with the efficiency that you are expecting from a cost perspective? But it's getting better and better. These are the common use cases that we see people are using. There's an access part, for example, total addressable market. You can create it using this data, territory planning, and others. Then there's analyze part, of course, data matching and enrichment, identity resolution. And when I talk to some customers, I can see that sometimes they get the data and the unifying all the data across multiple data sources into a unified platform, sort of unified profile, is a difficulty. So we do a really good job on that internally. Hopefully we're gonna be exposing that externally so you don't have to face that problem yourself. And the last one is the action part, of course, with respect to lead routing and personalization. And some of these, again, customers do, or some of these our service, they're asking us to do on their behalf. And many of these will also be automated as part of our offering, so you don't have to actually do these manually anymore. Databricks is a good partner of ours, and DAS is available actually on Databricks marketplace, right? In the way that I just described, right? All these data cubes across these dimensions, right? Through Delta Share, these are, of course, the destinations that you use that for, and what is available through that, right? The access and delivery is very simple, right? As I mentioned, you can just purchase the data cubes through the marketplace. It's very seamless data delivery. You can definitely combine, as I mentioned, with respect to your first-party data and other third-party data, right? And if you just get it one time, of course, it has its own benefit, but data keeps changing. It's a good idea to get this at a certain interval. Some companies get it weekly, some of them get it monthly, things changing like that. And there's actually a really good, I think this takes just a couple of minutes. Let me see if I can run it. This is from Databricks. Actually, they use our data to do analysis on for rental companies headquartered in California, right? They're looking at it from different dimensions. So revenue range distribution, employee range distribution. Of course, this uses Python interface. You can generate really amazing graphs, which it's going to show shortly. Yeah, word cloud, right? You can take advantage of all of these. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Yeah. Now, key takeaways from what I have described so far. As I mentioned first, it's impossible to avoid AI for go-to-market motion and platforms. It not only accelerates many things that you do, but it also automates it. The one lucky thing that we have is ZoomInfo is also its own customer. We have our own sales team, and we can actually see through our sales team exactly what benefit that they're getting out of our product and what issues they are seeing, right? And you can see that it works really well. So it's important to take advantage of AI, and I'm betting on the success of that. And it's going to get better and better. Of course, it has, especially Gen AI systems and all that, they have some issues, but I believe people will find solutions to those. Now, you cannot do AI without data, right? By definition, machine learning is building a model out of data. So getting this great data and AI is the key to GTM success. And as I mentioned, either you are doing it through our platform with an offering like ZoomInfo Copilot, right, to make every seller your best seller. And this is not just a tagline, it really works. So, as I said, people really improve their skills and thanking me when I travel. The other is, if you're not doing that way, then data as a service offering, definitely. To combine your first-party data with third-party data. And not only, again, take advantage of what we are generating, let's say signals that we are generating for you. It's not out yet, but things like that will be coming. And many of the attributes in the DAS is already generated using machine learning. But with the enhancements that we're gonna provide, you're gonna take advantage of that from the Copilot perspective too, right? And as I mentioned, we are happy that we are partnering with Databricks on that, and you can take advantage of that today. This concludes my talk. Thank you for coming over here and listening to me. Thank you.